All right, welcome to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today is Wednesday, September 1st, the start of a new month. Hey, by the way, just a reminder, if you like the show, hit that share button. Hit it right now. Share this with someone you love or who will benefit from it. Hit that like button and let me know you enjoy the show. Leave comments and get involved. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling. You can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. On today's show, we're going to be discussing some great stuff, starting with how the Dow kind of hung in there. Private payroll data disappoints. Unemployment benefits are ending for millions. GameStop back in the S&P? Maybe. Zoom stock falls yesterday. And we're going to talk about the Bitcoin and Ethereum rally. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about the Dow and the S&P. So the Dow closed down today at 48 points. The S&P closed up just a little bit, and the Nasdaq closed up about 50 points, and the Nasdaq actually broke another record. So here's what's going on, folks. It's the first of the month, and hey, look, it's going to be another shaky month. September is usually a shaky month, but let's see how it plays out. If it plays out well, we'll all be happy. If it doesn't play out well, we won't all be happy. But because we had some private payroll data in the next discussion, we talk a little bit about ADP's payroll data. So private payrolls rose by about 374,000 in August, which was well below the Dow Jones estimate of 600,000, though well above July's 326,000 according to ADP. Most of the new jobs came from leisure and hospitality, which added 201,000 positions. The ADP tally comes 2 days before the Labor Department's non-farm payroll reports. The two counts have differed widely this year. So what's basically happening here is we have a report coming out on Friday, which is going to be the actual report that we're going to have to take a look at. But the ADP data is showing, again, that we're not getting that many new jobs. U.S. companies created far fewer jobs than expected in August as the COVID resurgence coincided with cutbacks in hiring, according to a report Wednesday from Payroll Services ADP. Analysts say that the Delta variant is to blame for these numbers, but frankly, I'm a bit skeptical. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's all about COVID. I think it's just about the fact that we're still continuing to give $300 extra money to all these unemployed people. Anyway, on Friday, the markets will be getting the non-farm payroll report, and again, it's expected to show 720,000 new jobs added and an unemployment rate falling to 5.2%, according to Dow Jones estimates. Now, if this happens, things will be great because this report will probably be one that will set the stage for the rest of the year. If it misses by a lot, I think the market's going to actually react this time. So if you've been paying attention lately, you've noticed that, the kind of payroll reports weren't that great, and the unemployment reports weren't that great, but the market didn't react the way it usually reacts because there's kind of confusion going on right now. But now we have the end of the year coming. We have people thinking, hey, this COVID BS is supposed to end by now, and it's time to get back to normal. So any sign that it won't get back to normal will affect the market. So watch for that to happen. If it doesn't come back to normal, or if it doesn't look like it's going to come back to normal, you're going to have a problem. So pay attention to it. And this Friday's report is going to be really, really important. I'm kind of hoping for something good. I'm kind of hoping for a 5.2% or lower unemployment, and that would make the market rally. I'd like to see some of my stocks like AAL or CCL go up from it. All right, let's talk a little bit about the other side of this, which is unemployment benefits ending. Unemployment benefits are ending. Ooh. Federal unemployment programs in place since March 2020 will end this weekend in all states. Almost 9 million Americans will lose benefits entirely, and another 3 million or so will see aid reduced by $300 a week, according to a study. Congress authorized, if you don't remember, Congress authorized an historic expansion of the country's safety net for jobless individuals in March to manage the fallout of the COVID-fueled economic downturn. So they were trying to protect people who were out of work, of course, and or people who wouldn't go to work because they were afraid. Makes sense. Lawmakers twice extended those temporary expansions, which increased the number of people eligible for unemployment benefits and raised the amount of weekly aid for recipients. Absent of congressional action, that aid will lapse after Saturday or Sunday, depending on state administrative rules. Lawmakers seem unlikely to extend the policies for a third time, given improvements in the economy and labor market in recent months. All right, so real quick. So everything that's been going on, mask mandates go away, mask mandates come back. The COVID surge goes away, the COVID surge comes back. The eviction moratorium goes away, it comes back. I have a funny feeling we're going to get an extension on this just because of that. Now, I personally don't care, to be honest with you, but I personally think there's a lot of businesses out there hurting because they can't get employees, and if this $300 goes away, they might actually start to get employees and might actually be helpful for them. So, by the way, if it doesn't happen, it's estimated about 8.8 million Americans will lose their benefits next week. So if you're one of them, I'm sorry. However, the more important thing is the fact that we need to get these people off unemployment, we need to get people in jobs, and we need to get the economy to continue moving the way it's moving. All right, let's do this. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about some other really, really cool stuff. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to share. We'll see you in about a minute.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start? Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and so far today we've been talking about how the Dow has been holding in there. We talked about the NASDAQ had another record. We talked about private payroll data disappointing by a report from ADP, and we talked a little bit about unemployment benefits that are going to be ending. All right, let's talk a little bit about GameStop. Now, GameStop has been crazy in the news, mostly because it's a meme stock, because people, the retail investors, the millennials, whatever, they all go onto Reddit, and Reddit tells them to buy GameStop or short GameStop or do whatever they want with GameStop to manipulate GameStop stock. GameStop stock. I like you to say GameStop stock 10 times. And if you do it, let me know. All right, so they're manipulating the stock. And now the weird part is, because of the manipulation, right, Wall Street Journal reported GameStop stock possible return to the S&P 500. So it's all in the hands of an anonymous committee. So how Wall Street Journal works, how the S&P works, the S&P has an anonymous committee that actually decides whether the stock should go back in or not. Now, most of the time, like the Russell 2000, it's automatic. They go in and they go out based on numbers, and it just kind of goes in and goes out. But the S&P 500 is based on people who actually pick it. And again, because of its popularity, it's driven the stock up considerably. However, there's some considerations in order to be included. A possible deal breaker is that companies considered for this index inclusion must have posted positive earnings for the most recent quarter. The sum of their past quarter's earnings must also be positive. So here you go, right? So GameStop reported a loss for the first quarter of the 2020, and because GameStop's loss for 2020 was significant, it's highly unlikely it'll pass the requirement that the sum of its past quarter's earnings will be positive. By the way, no matter what its results wind up being for the second quarter, the retailer is scheduled to report earnings on September 8th, and we're going to find out exactly what that means. They would have to crush it in order to in order to make up for the whole year. So there we go. So by the way, here's the other thing that's going to happen. If people start to think that it's going to move into the S&P 500, the stock might actually rise because of that. So now you've got a stock that's being inflated because of the possibility of it being put in the S&P. Now I looked at it earlier. I didn't look at it now, but I looked at it earlier and I did see that it was down. I don't know. It was down considerably. It was down about 8 points for today, which kind of surprised me. But the fact that it might actually get onto the S&P 500 might make the stock go up. Here's just another thing. If it makes it to the S&P 500, the stock will pop and immediately drop, so it might be a good play for you guys. And I don't even think it's going to happen. All right, we all saw the rise of Zoom stock. Oh, that was a good play. So Zoom stock took off, man. It shot up. It was unbelievable there for a while. How high Zoom stock was for a while, but in the last couple of days, Zoom stock fell. Take a look at this chart. It'll be fascinating to you to see how it fell. All right, here it comes. It's coming up in a minute. Zoom's quarterly revenue surpassed $1 billion for the first time in the company's history. However, slower demand for the company's services is starting to show. Now, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about Zoom, and I wanted to talk about the fact that, hey, I was in it a couple of times. I made a couple of bucks. I did lose big when it dropped from 400 to 300. That surprised me. But here's an interesting piece of information, not about Zoom stock, but about online conferences. So a study of online conferencing effects on business showed the following. So basically, before I give you these numbers, people are online and they're doing conferences either with their clients or with their employers or with their co-workers, whatever it is, they're doing these conferences and they're not going so well. So I have to tell you guys who work for me that today they wanted to do a Zoom call and I said no. I found this article after and I wasn't looking for it. So just so you guys know, this is why. So here you go. 83% witnessed disciplinary action taken over mistakes. So someone makes a mistake and in front of all their peers, because they're on Zoom, they had a disciplinary action taken over mistakes. 24% have seen an employee terminated. Terminated, you're done. Click off your Zoom and get out of here. Wow, that's rough, right? 41% missed project deadlines. Yeah, that sounds pretty familiar because I've been seeing that a lot here. I'm complaining to my employees right now. I hope they're watching. 32% lost a client business opportunity. Now, I'll tell you, that actually happened to someone that I was online with who was trying to sell me something, and they blew the Zoom. I mean, they blew it. They blew. I wanted information, and they couldn't give me the information. They didn't have it, and I guarantee you that they would have had that. They would have had that information. They would have had that information handy if they weren't lazy and doing a Zoom call. So I'm going to tell you, that's where I found this to be very fascinating. And I did notice that inside of the chat boxes, some of my employees are already starting to complain about this. Ha, too bad. All right, let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin and Ethereum's rally. So Ethereum hit almost 3,800 today, and Bitcoin moved back to about 4,900. Now, let's start a little bit about Ethereum. I think Ethereum is a fantastic play. Now, at Investor Schooling, we're not teaching crypto yet, and we're going to. It's a promise I've made to some of the students. But hey, basically, you buy something low, you sell it high. Who cares if you understand it? Well, that's not entirely true. I like understanding what I do, and I've actually looked into a little bit of Ethereum, and I understand it a little bit. But I don't understand the entire crypto movement, and I think that's something we need to understand before we seriously invest. But Ethereum was up to about 4,200 as a top, and I'd like to see it pop there again. I bought some for fun because some of our students had asked us how to buy it, and I've been saying, hey, this is how you buy it, this is what you do, you get Coinbase. Now, the interesting thing about this is if you are a Coinbase holder, you know that when Bitcoin and Ethereum rally, Coinbase also rallies. So today it popped up about 13 points. And if you're watching Ethereum and if you're watching Bitcoin and you're watching some of the other cryptos, by the way, I have Dogecoin also. I just think it's such a cool thing to have something called Dogecoin, that's all. So if those are moving, Coinbase will also rally when they go down a lot. So if Ethereum drops down back into the 2,500 range, which I kind of hope it does and kind of hope it doesn't, I kind of hope it does because I'd like to jump on Coinbase and I'd also like to add some more of my Ethereum, but I kind of hope it doesn't because nobody likes to see their account go down, right? But if it does have major moves, Coinbase is going to move. So Coinbase seems to oddly move down when these cryptos move down too, but that doesn't make sense to me because that just means people are selling them and Coinbase makes money on every single transaction. But when that happens, that's the opportunity. I'd like to see even Coinbase, if I can get back to 240, I'd jump all over it. But I don't know if that's going to happen. 250 might be the play. Okay, let's do this. We're going to take a quick commercial and talk to you a little bit about how you can win Phil's car. So Phil's car is it's really cool. It's outside our office right now waiting for somebody to win it. And I think that you should go out and win it. So go ahead and watch this video and learn how you can win Phil's car.
Hey, if you were listening to Investor Schooling Live today, I'm Phil Falcone, and I made the decision today on air that I'm going to be giving away this car. You want to take a look at it? Let's do it. How would you like to pop your top without ever getting out of the car? Huh? It's pretty cool. You can do it at a red light. You can do it when you see it rainy. You can actually even do it when you're driving, as long as you don't go maybe faster than 10 miles an hour. So I am giving away this car. Why? Is it because I'm crazy? Is it because I'm rich? Is it because of both? Take your pick. I don't care. Let me tell you about the car. We're going to have a contest. We're looking for real estate investors to go to our website and give us a real estate tip. And you can have people that you know vote on the site about which real estate tip is the most quality, most valuable to them. So let's just say that our contest is going to be looking for quality real estate tips and for votes. So you need to get your friends, your family, people who care about you, and real estate investors who are willing to go on the site and vote for it. And I will give you this car.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and as you know, we're brought to you by Investor Schooling. You can take a free class by going to investorschooling.com, and if you just watched that video, you too can win Phil's car. Go win Phil's car. Go make a video and win Phil's car. It's so simple to do. So today we've been talking a little bit about how the Dow is holding in there. We talked about how the NASDAQ has had another record today. We also talked about how private payroll data disappointed, and we're looking forward to seeing this Friday's jobs data or jobs report. We talked about the fact that unemployment benefits are ending, and I have a funny feeling they'll be extended, but be extended for a short time. GameStop stock, and we talked about the fact that you can't say GameStop stock 10 times. Oh yeah, we also talked about the stock. And we talked about the fact that Zoom stock fell and how a lot of people are getting beat up in Zoom calls by their bosses. And then, of course, we talked about the Bitcoin and Ethereum rally. All right, let's talk a little bit about what's next. So some of the things that happened today was a couple of stocks were upgraded and downgraded today. So one thing that was interesting was Susquehanna kept a positive rating on the shares of an aerospace company, but lowered its third quarter estimate. So this is basically Boeing. So they said that Susquehanna kept its positive rating. So now I have some Boeing, and I happen to like Boeing. I think Boeing is a great play. I think it's kind of low right now. It was hovering right around 215, 217 today, I believe it was. And that is a great play. I think it was right around. It actually closed at 218 today, so that's fine. So I think it's a great play. I think how could Boeing go wrong? The big problem, of course, with Boeing is it's being affected by the fact that airline stocks are being hurt a little bit. Also, JPM reiterated Robinhood is a market outperform. I told you guys buy Robinhood, buy Robinhood, buy Robinhood. I think it's going to take off. I think it's going to become a meme stock, and I think it's going to make a lot of money if you invest in it. Right now, the options are a little high, but if the options pull back, I would tell you to buy some options on it. All right, Macquarie downgraded AMC to underperform from neutral. Now look, it says that AMC has concerns about cash flow. I got to tell you, most people aren't going to the movies again. It stopped again. People stopped going to the movies. AMC, first of all, there's no really good movies out. There might be one or two. But AMC, there's no reason that AMC should have taken off. I still think AMC should be a $6 stock, not a $36 stock, not a $40 stock, not a $50 stock. AMC just moved basically on the meme stock plays and the retail traders. I would stay away from it no matter what. And then finally, this was interesting, Rosenblatt downgraded Facebook to neutral from buy, and basically it's because of what happened with the Apple stuff. So the iPhone now has tracking that will no longer track you, and the problem with that is the Facebook ads were counting on that tracking. Now, we actually had a problem with that too. At Investor Schooling, we had a problem with that, but hey, it is what it is. All right, I want to thank you for watching Money Chat Now. Don't forget to hit that share button. Don't forget to share that with somebody who you love. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to Money Chat Now YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. I have to say, from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. And once again, thank you for watching Money Chat Now. We look forward to your continued support, and I will see you tomorrow and every day at 4:03 p.m. Take care, everybody.